Hey everybody, Sunset Bay Bonnie here. More stuff around the house, projects, crafts, chores. Stay tuned. Always something going on over here. We're 3 birdhouses. One of them now is over there in the fire pit. It seems that it broke off last night, fell to the ground, and on its way down, landed in my flower pot over here where my fig tree was growing nicely, and snapped it right in half. Yeah, that's pretty sad. Yep, so I took the other half and I stuck it in the dirt and see if I can get that to grow too. But I mean, it was flowering so nice. I mean, it had such big leaves on it, and all of a sudden, kaboom. So, now I'm in the garage setting up the wood to make another birdhouse. That's the piece of wood. It's that cedar planking that I now make all my birdhouses out of. These are really old. I can't remember how long ago I made them. In fact, the one that's on the ground, I can tell you that I made it wrong. The base of it was very thin, only a 1/4 inch luan. Since then I use 1/2 inch. Okay, that solves the other mystery way over there. Let me show you what's over there. That way over there, if I can zoom in, is a stray cat. Where I live, there are lots of them. Anyway, I had a dead squirrel here in the yard yesterday. This morning I came out and it was over there. But its head was over there. And the head had been chewed off quite nicely, almost to the bone. I won't show it to you, it's rather gross. So I tossed the head back into the bushes over there, or my flower bed, and the body's over there too, because I believe that cat over there is the one who was eating it. Alright, let's go back in the house and see what else I gotta do. Keep spinning in the wind and snapping, and what I did was I had the fishing, I forget what you call it, swivels, and I put those on there, heavy duty fishing swivels, and they spin so hard they snap right off. Alright, Project Central. These are little stop signs that I made, and outside, I'll take you over here and show you what I'm talking about. Outside on the fence out there, the corral fence, there's posts every, I think it's 8 feet. And I used to have birds. Let me zoom in down there. Used to have birds at the top of every one of those posts. And over the years, trespassers, drunks, kids, idiots, snapped off every single bird. I would replace it, they'd snap it off again. I had, they were about life size. I had goldfinches and blue jays and robins, and I got lots of compliments from the neighbors about how cute they looked. And I had them, they were made of wood, and I had a wooden dowel in them, and I had drilled a hole in the top of the post and glued them in there, and they'd snap them right off. So then I said, okay, I'll get smart. I got 1/4 inch steel rods, and I put them in there. And they bent them and wiggled them until they pulled them out. And I epoxied them in, I did everything, but they still managed to do it. And I ended up over 100 birds I made, replaced, kept putting back in, and they kept taking them. I never found them, never discovered who did it. And of course, it was always done after dark, and it's very dark out there at night, so never found out who did it. So I've not touched the fence tops in, maybe 10 years, 7, 8, 10 years. So now, what I've decided to do is make these little stop signs, and I'm going to put a couple of them out there. I've got 7 made, and they're cute little things. And what they are is, it says no trespassing, blah, blah, do not enter, and it's painted with glow-in-the-dark paint. The other side hasn't been painted yet, because I haven't done that yet, but you can hardly maybe tell a little bit that they have glow-in-the-dark paint on them. I had to order it from Glow Nation, because my other jar dried out, which really annoyed me that it did that, because there was about not a half, I'd say, okay, a 1/4 left in the bottle, and it dried out. I also got this glitter, which I thought was really pretty. Camera does not want to focus today. This glitter that I got from, I think it was Hobby Lobby, because it was very shiny in the sun. So I thought it would draw attention to people. And then at nighttime, this actually glows. And maybe the persons who was stealing the birds all these years is finally gone, and nobody will touch these. But in any case, you see they're steel rods. And I will epoxy them in when I get them these little things done. And I'm going to put them every so many posts out there. And then the big sign is this one. And this one is very old. I don't even remember how long ago I made it. And it's true to size. what happened was I had it attached out there to the gate, and it said stop in big letters, no trespassing, do not enter, private property. And of course, they would just push the gate open and trespass anyway. But as the years have gone by, it faded, and I repainted it and faded and repainted it. And I actually was kind of sad because I didn't have the original brilliant red, whatever paint it was, and I found it when I was in the garage the other day. It's actually red Rust-Oleum. So I've been repainting it. It's very old, and then I'm going to redo the lettering on it and put it back out there. So that's another project. And then finally, maybe not finally, the silver collection. I wanted something to put the silver in other than that little wooden ammo box that I've been stuffing it in. I was out in the garage, and I came across this box that I had, and it was a box for files. So I took the little inserts. There's two little wooden inserts for holding the files. They were just glued in there. I tapped them out with a hammer, and now what I'm doing is, this is a big chunk of thick leather. I'm going to cut the square, and then I'm going to glue it inside the box, and for like a nice padded soft thing for the coins and the silver to sit on. So that's a project. And then here's another ladle I started back when. I never finished it. It's close to being done, but not done. And then over here, more projects come with, and ready to go. This maple wood is so hard that even my hatchets, I'm having a hard time chopping it with a hatchet, so I ended up chopping it up on the saw to get to the rough out shape. And let's not forget the outside stuff. There's some flowers that have been transplanted into my little, I call it my special little garden right outside the window here that I can keep an eye on things. I've got new plants that I put in there, and when they're established, I figure out where I'm going to put them. In the other gardens around the house, that's a pot full of gladiolas I'm trying to keep from the squirrels eating. Here's my one rose, the blue girl that smells delicious. Clematis back there. Here's some more of those pink irises I got that I just put in there the other day. Here's a rose bush that I'm trying to nurse back to health. I'm not sure how well it's going to take there. There's another rose bush that's doing well. Some more of those pink irises. And I put sticks in the ground labeling the plants so I know what they are when they come back up next spring. And another rose bush. So outside stuff on top of everything else I'm doing. I'll go for my YouTube channel. It's Comedy and Tragedy. Those need to be repainted. I've been working in all the flower beds, pulling weeds out and digging up old weird trees that try to plant themselves in there and grow. And yeah, I got a whole yard too. Let's go over and take a quick look at the garden, the pear tree, and the apple tree. Yep, more of my flowers. Always something to do, let me tell you. Now here's my garden, doing really well. And this is what's going with the pear tree so far, if the squirrels don't eat them all. And lastly, my apple tree. Looking good.